Hi, it's Steve here, and I'm at the Panasonic European Convention. But this year's convention is different from previous years because this year Panasonic are 100 years old. Yes, they started back in 1918 and it's their centenary. So before we talk about the TV lineup for this year, I took an opportunity to talk to their European CEO, Monsieur Abadie, about why the 100th anniversary was so important to Panasonic.
Well, for Panasonic, it's quite a key milestone. I mean, there is very few companies that can get such a story, a long story like 100 years. So for us, it's really the time to reflect ourselves from the beginning to the future. I mean, this company was founded by a very famous man, which is a kind of national hero in Japan, called Konosuke Matsushita, that you can see behind me. And this man has a very unique life. He was the youngest son of a large family. He has 6 brothers and sisters. And they got a disease, and they all passed away. He caught the disease, but survived. And he began his life at the age of 10 years old in a bicycle store as an apprentice, without family, without resources, without education. And during all his life, he was obsessed about how to contribute for a better life and how to contribute for education. So he founded the Panasonic company in 1918. And later on, he founded the best schools in Japan. I mean, most of the famous people have been educated in the Matsushita schools in Japan. So the first key product was this one. It's a double socket plug, and that was a revolution at that time because you could manage to do ironing with lights, to have two connections at once. And this double socket was made with recycled material. That was quite innovative at that time. That was to save cost first, but at the same time to reuse materials. So it shows the philosophy of the company. And after 100 years, I have to say that the company has been changing a lot, but still you could see the values or the principle of the company as it is the first day of the company. So it's about how we can contribute for the better society, how we respect the people. It's about trust, about honesty. There are a lot of values that are still there, like the first day of the company.
Over that 100 years, what do you think have been the key milestones for Panasonic?
Well, there have been many, because the company is looking at the society and what are the challenges of the society. So in the past, the key milestones were around consumer equipment, such as lighting equipment or household equipment, audio, video, TV equipment. But today we think that the society is more the challenge in our society are more about environment or aging society. So we are trying to bring the top technology for preserving environment or introducing new energy sources or robots for supporting aged people, such a thing. So I think it's difficult to answer what has been the biggest achievement. There are so many. It depends on the time of the challenges of the society.
You mentioned challenges. What do you think were the big challenges over the last 100 years you personally believe they've had to surmount as a company?
Well, I think Panasonic has been contributing to make the life better, basically. And we care about quality. I mean, Panasonic, everything is about quality. So we provide technology or equipment, but having in mind what we could do best for the better life of the people with super high quality. Never compromise on quality. I think this is really our driver.
If you had to personally pick one product that you love from Panasonic over the course of its history, what would that be?
That's very difficult. I think I have to say as a symbol, I love that product because it's very simple. It looks very simple today, but that was an innovation at that time. But if we look today, I mean, everything around electrification of society, I mean, like electric car or autonomous car or new energy technologies, I think those things are very, very interesting, I think, and very unique.
So for the next 100 years then, in what ways do you think Panasonic's going to add to everyone's society's lifestyle?
Well, we think that there will be new technology coming soon. I mean, maybe within 20, 30 years, we are talking about hydrogen society. A lot of equipment, products, technology will be powered with hydrogen. And that will be a revolution because that will be great for the environment and require no major resources, but will bring a lot of new usage using hydrogen. But I think robotics will be very important as well. New software, intelligent softwares. So I think things are evolving so fast that I cannot tell you today what will be the heat technology within 100 years. But we see what will be the technology within 30 years. For instance, hydrogen.
Do you think over the next few years that the idea of a consumer electronics product is going to merge with the idea of the home and the internet and a sense of a homogenized single product rather than having separate sort of different sectors?
Yeah, you're right. It's a matter of environment, of connectivity, as we know, and bringing our own contents from the home to the street, office, or on the way, in transport. So there will be new concepts in that respect.
Mr. Abadie, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
The future may be AIs and robots and autonomous cars, but Panasonic do, of course, still make consumer electronics products. So we spoke to Rob Taylor about their new TV lineup.
So as you covered at the event earlier this year, we have 2 new series of OLED TV this year, so it's much more exciting for us. We have a brand new FZ9 series, which is available 65-inch and 55-inch, both coming to market towards the end of May. And then we have the new FZ80 series as well, 802 series as well, which will be available the same time as well, so 65-inch and 55-inch in that one. So we're excited to bring 4 new OLEDs to market, all towards the end of May, maybe first week of June.
Now, of course, the big launch of this event is going to be the new LCD lineup. So perhaps you could just take us through the LCD lineup from the FX600 up.
Yeah, sure thing. So we have a great new expanded range of UHD TVs this year. So the LCD LED lineup is made up of effectively 5 new series. It begins with the 600 series, so the FX600, which is available from 43-inch all the way through to 65-inch. And then we have a sort of another model, which is a step-up model, which is the FX650, available in the same screen sizes. Those ones will be available around about the end of March towards early April. After the 650 and the 600, we have our new FX700 series. Now this one's a really, really nice TV because it incorporates a much more sleeker, more well-rounded design. So we have our 360 design on this new model. So extra slim, new switch feet design as well with a metal finish, so it looks a lot more premium. That's going to be available again towards the kind of like end of April, mid-April for those. They start at 49-inch, 55-inch, 65-inch. And then from there we move up to our 740 series. So the FX740 series is the introduction of our art glass design. So much, much more premium. So this is a real design-focused product for us. Incorporates all the great spec that you see across the LED range, like HDR10 Plus, as we covered earlier this year, HLG, hybrid log gamma, as well as HDR10 standard static metadata, as well as sort of the other great features as well. But the real differentiator on this one is the design. It looks really, really premium. So I think people will love to see this product up and close. The 740 is then sort of matched off by the 750, and the 750 is really where it gets really, really good in terms of picture quality, because this is where we start to introduce our HTX processor, introduce the 100 Hz panel as well, so you get a lot more brightness, a lot more vivid picture. The HTX processor is really the brains behind the TV that creates all of these great pictures. So we're getting the best of the LCD LED picture quality we can deliver on that series. So the FX750 will be available around about sort of April time, towards the back end of April. The 740 will be available from May, maybe towards the back end of May. The 700 series, as I mentioned, will be available pretty much through mid-April, and then the 600 series come a little bit earlier than that, from early April to mid-April as well. So hopefully we'll have a whole brand new lineup in the market by June. So yeah, it's lots to get excited for.
Now, is the FX740, is that a retailer exclusive?
Yeah, so that one's going to be retailed exclusively through Curry's PC World, so that covers all of the Dixon's Carphone group. So I think we're really pleased to have that series with them. I think they're going to do a great job in merchandising and getting away some of the benefits of that product and showcasing the stunning design. The rest of the models will be available in all of the leading retailers and the usual type of retailer areas that we are used to seeing these great Panasonic products.
In terms of the panels you're using on the LCD lineup, are they VA or IPS, and are they 8-bit or 10-bit?
Yeah, so the actual panels themselves, most of them are mainly made up of IPS panels. So you'll notice we go from, previously where we've had 50-inch screen sizes, moved down to 49, and previously where we've had 58, we've moved down to 55, and that's kind of more in line with the rest of the IPS panel market. And as HDR products as well, HDR products, they are 10-bit with 8-bit, 2-bit dithering. So yeah.
In terms of screen sizes, you seem to be going for a much larger screen size this year?
Yeah. The biggest number of screens that we have is actually in 49-inch and 55-inch, because that's where the growth in the market is. The market in the UK is becoming a lot more premium and a lot more large screen focused. And I think when you see the designs of the product, they take up very little space compared to what they previously did. So, a lot of people are trading up from standard 42-inch into 49, and from what was 47 back then into 55 extra easy without any extra space being taken. So we're seeing a lot of trade up in screen sizes, and as a result we have a lot more of a premium large screen lineup focus. So we have more 55-inch than ever, more 65-inch than we've ever had. Our UHD lineup at 43-inch starts with the FX600 and 650, and then on after it's all 49-inch as the smallest screen size. And obviously our OLEDs only come in 55 and 65 as well. If you are interested in sort of super large screens, we have our FX750 series available in 75-inch, and obviously our OLED carrying over at 77-inch as well. So we like to think that we're catering for all of the premium market.
Now, one of the things you've been making a big deal of has been HDR10+. I'm just clarifying, that's going to be supported from the FX600 all the way up through the range?
Yeah, so all of the UHD models will support the dynamic metadata HDR10+. That will be available obviously in a multitude of different formats and different inputs, etc., etc. I think we covered a lot of that when we were at LA earlier in the year, and we're really excited about seeing how that market develops along with our partners. Obviously, dynamic metadata is kind of what we believe is a better HDR experience, hence why we've worked with HDR10+ and the likes of 20th Century Fox and the Warner Brothers and Amazon, etc., etc. And we're hoping to see a new and exciting content library being opened up really, really quickly. So HDR10+ is a big thing for us moving forward. They've great picture quality on these great panels, so yeah, we're looking forward to really, really pushing the customer experience a little bit more.
For those who bought TVs last year, will there be any HDR10+ upgrades?
So that's still being worked through. I think at this present time what we're happy to announce is that our HDR10+ will be available on all the 2018 models moving forward. Our HDR10+ support will go backwards to our 2017 OLEDs. Thereafter it's kind of still being worked through, but I think if you really want to benefit from HDR10+ and dynamic metadata, you're actually better off getting into the new panels because of the new chipsets, new processors, new panels basically that provide a much better experience as well. So, we're really excited for this new stuff as well to start really showcasing what HDR can do and HDR10+ specifically.
When Panasonic launched their OLED TVs at a special event in LA earlier in the year, they also launched their new Ultra HD Blu-ray players, including the 820 and the 420. However, they had a surprise up their sleeve for the European Convention when they announced the UB9000. This is their new flagship Ultra HD Blu-ray player. It will be coming out in the autumn, and it's clearly been aimed to combat Oppo. This player is beautifully made, solid metal construction. It has balanced XLR outputs on the back, 7.1 channel outputs as well, analog outputs. It has 2 HDMI outputs. It has all the features you'd expect from a flagship Panasonic player, including support for HDR10+ and for Dolby Vision. And also a new feature, one we actually asked for last year, and they've provided it for us this year. You can now select SDR Rec 2020. So you can either do HDR Rec 2020 or SDR Rec 2020. Very useful feature for projectors, particularly where they aren't necessarily that good at HDR, but you still want to benefit from the 4K and the 10-bit and the wider colour gamut. So I've got to say, really excited about this new product. It looks fantastic and I can't wait to get it in for review. Overall, it's been a great show. Great solid TV lineup in terms of OLED and of course LCD as well. A nice new player up their sleeves is a nice little surprise, and it's their 100th anniversary. So a happy 100th birthday to Panasonic. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.